By their very nature, special forces are secretive. Their operations are classified, they operate in the secret. These men and women live and work and train in the shadows. So they're not very forthcoming in telling their stories, particularly to outsiders. And because of operational security, we can't delve into a whole lot of information. So you're trying to put together an exhibition when you don't know the full story, and you are reliant upon those little snapshots, those little vignettes, to try to make sense of it to yourself as the curator and then to interpret that for the public. One of my favourite objects is Warrant Officer P's helmet. Warrant Officer P was our point of contact into SOCOM. He was our sort of liaison officer, for want of a better word. And he is a great example of how secretive these Special Forces guys can be. He will tell us a few stories every now and again, and he kept alluding to the fact that he had his helmet from Afghanistan with the photograph of his two sons, just in his helmet. And the last thing he did before an operation was look at his sons, a couple of moments with them, and then helmet on, game face, into an operation. Now, Warrant Officer P talked about this helmet for months and months and months. And he was always promising to deliver it. And what we learnt with a lot of these Special Forces personnel is that they all have great items, they have great collections, they're all trained to gather intelligence. And with Warrant Officer P, he was like, oh, I'll do it. And then just before the exhibition opened, he delivered his helmet and we got it. Like, boom, finally we got it. I always was very mindful I was still an outsider. I was very much an observer. I was recording their experiences and trying to interpret those, but I was never going to be one of them. And it struck me, this passage from Charles Bean. So Charles Bean, in the final volume of his First World War official history, he essentially said he'd lived with the men of the RAF for 4 years, from Gallipoli through to the Western Front. He recorded their activities, but he didn't feel one of them. And those words had a lot of resonance with me, because I thought, I've met these people, but I will never be one of them. I will always be an outsider.